Hello, my dear football lovers. This is Inside Football, and today we are going to have a glimpse of Cristiano Ronaldo Jr.'s life and his football career one more time. For several months in a row, the guy has been working hard at the Manchester United Academy, mastering his football skills. Although Junior's fans started to feel something was off, and then they noticed the number on his back. Whereas Ronaldo's legendary 7, the guy chose number 24 instead. We all remember the pictures of Kai Rooney. When he signed the first contract with Manchester United, he posed with a 10, the number on the back worn by his father, Wayne Rooney, back in the days when he performed for the Red Devils. How come then did Cristiano Jr. decide to refuse this number? Why can't they give him the number 7? Or is Ronaldo Jr. specifically trying to avoid comparisons with his famous parent? Let's figure it out now. But first, we expect you to give this release a like and subscribe to our channel. We are the first to release the top-notch videos, and not discussing Junior only. Are you through? Let's get going then! First things first, we are to remember what numbers in the back Cristiano Ronaldo Sr. had. This list is not limited only to the 7, which Ron turned into a global brand called CR7. In his native Lisbon Sporting during the 02-03 campaign, Cristiano played with the number 28. Quite an ordinary number for a young player who is just beginning to reveal himself in the professional football area. In the summer of 2003, Ronaldo moved to Manchester United and finally got a famous 7. Years of hard work for the Red Devils have made it into a real brand. But, by the way, even before Ron took the 7 in Manchester United, it was worn by no less iconic footballers. David Beckham had this one before the Portuguese. After Cristiano left United, fans began to notice that no one was able to continue the glorious tradition of a lucky number. Footballers who wore it on their backs afterwards did not perform as greatly as Ronaldo or Beckham. During the 2009-2010 season, Cristiano moved to Real Madrid and he had to perform under the number 9 for a while. Indeed, as it was Los Blancos' legend Raúl who held the 7. In the summer of 2010, he left the club and Ronaldo took the number himself. As you can see, he didn't have to wait long. I would like to take Raúl's 7, and I'm sure he would be proud because we are players who have the same way of thinking. If I can, I will change the number 9 for the 7, stated Cristiano back then. By the time Cristiano left for Juventus in 2018, Juan Cuadrado refused number 7 just for him. It is more blessed to give than to receive blessings. I bless you, Cristiano. In that way, Cuadrado announced the decision to give Ron his jersey number. In fact, there's a very logical explanation for the occasion. CR7 is a popular brand, and Juve raised a lot of money by just having Ronaldo with the right shirt. This year, the situation was similar with the return of Ronaldo to Manchester United. Besides, this time CR7 was almost left with no sacred number. At the time the Man United deal took place, the 7 belonged to the Uruguayan striker Edinson Cavani. According to the league rules, it's forbidden to change the number during the season. At the time of Ronaldo's transfer, the season had already started. Ronaldo could get his native 7 only in case Cavani leaves. But Edinson had no intention to leave nowhere. Miraculously enough, the club managed to deal with the issue, and Cavani was able to reunite Ronaldo with his true jersey number. The Manchester United legend was back on track. We assume that for the sake of a footballer of this magnitude, the Premier League management decided to make an exception. In the national teams of Portugal, Cristiano also performed not only under the 7. In the youth team of U21, Ronaldo had to pick number 11. In the adult team of Portugal, the 7 did not come immediately too. At first, there were 17 and even number 10. Since the 07-08 season, Ronaldo received number 7 in the national team as well. Immediately after the legendary Luis Figo retired from the Navigator squad. It would seem that there are many different numbers to relate to, but 24 is not on the list at all. Turns out that Cristiano Jr. has no intention to follow his father's example. We dove into some archives to remember what numbers Cristianinho previously chose in other teams. And it turned out that the lad was always his father's son. Whilst at the Juventus Academy, Ronaldo Jr. played under 7. Everything is extremely simple here, as Ronaldo Sr. wore the same number in the first team. On all the highlights with Junior in Juve shirt, the boy wore exactly his dad's lucky number. It's unlikely that in Manchester United, the kid wanted to stand out and deliberately took the number that was never associated with his father that much. Cristiano has an excellent relationship with his son, and Junior is undoubtedly proud of his father, so he would hardly reject number 7 and a major brand he could have related to. So what could Ronaldo Jr.'s number mean? Let's have an even closer look. Maybe there's a reference in Junior's birthday. He was born on June 17, 2010, so there really is no way to associate him with number 24. Perhaps it refers to his relatives' birthdays? No, Cristiano Sr. was born on February 5th, Georgina on January 27th, and Junior's beloved grandmother Dolores Chaveiro celebrates her birthday on the New Year's Eve, December 31st. Alright, this version is not working. Maybe you have some other suggestions? It's quite possible of number 7 being already occupied by someone in the team, and the boy had to pick what was left to pick. While CR Jr. is not so famous in the football community by his own regard, people pay attention to him primarily because of his dad's achievements. So they decided not to do favors for him and not take the lucky 7 from another academy pupil. Besides, maybe there's the same rule for changing numbers. One can't exchange it from the beginning of a season. And Cristiano Jr. did not arrive at the facility right from the start, but together with his father. The first picks from the academy were dropped only in September. Therefore, we will probably see Jr. in a jersey with a sacred number, but only in 6 months or a year. Another option is that Cristianinho doesn't yet really care what figures are printed on his back. He's just starting his football career, and for now, it's rather more important to play well and develop from game to game, from training to training, than dedicating time for creating a new image. By the way, maybe you have an idea why Junior doesn't wear a 7 at the Manchester United Academy? Share your guesses in the comments below. It often happens that the sons of football players decided not to play under their father's numbers. So we decided to recall several such cases. Milan legend Paolo Maldini became famous with a 3 on his back. His son Daniel Maldini now represents AC Milan, but with the number 27. It's actually about the position on the pitch. Paolo was a defender and his son plays as attacker. Number 3 is not typical for forwards to take. The current head coach of Atletico, Diego Simeone, spent almost his entire playing career in a jersey with number 14. And his son Giovanni is currently holding number 99. There were also simple 9s and some other numbers during his career, but no connections with his dad were noticed. By the way, we recently made a whole video on how the sons of famous top-notch players are doing, who got a football job, and who was left with no professional career like Lewandowski with no Ballon d'Or. David Beckham has changed lots of figures during his career. He was seen under number 7, 23, and 32. Now his son Romeo is number 11 in the US, representing the Fort Lauderdale club. Italian footballer Enrico Chiesa has spent most of his Serie A spell wearing numbers 10 and 20, while his son Federico, European champion and one of the current Juventus leaders, played with 22 and 25. Zinedine Zidane is a little more fortunate in this regard. One of his son's football players managed to perform under the same numbers as his father did. Throughout Zizou's career, there have been numbers 7, 5 and 21. As for the national team, Zidane always wore a 10. Goalkeeper Lucas Zidane played in different teams having different numbers, but there were no retakings among them. Numbers 1, 13, 25 and 30. Theo Zidane, while being in the second team of Real, also changed several jersey numbers, and the resemblance was only with the 21. And so Zidane has already managed to change a couple of clubs and numbers during his career, including playing under both 7 and 5. As for this moment, he wears number 5, but only for a club in the second French league, which of course is a bit frustrating. But there are other young talents who follow in the footsteps of famous dads. We already remembered Kai Rooney, who chose number 10, with which his dad slotted gorgeous goals at Manchester United. It's too early to think ahead of the time, but we would like to see a brand new goal-scoring version of Rooney who will continue his father's deeds, accelerating the Red Devils' attacking attempts with 10 on his back. The same can be said about Cristianinho. If he ever enters the pitch in a Manchester United jersey with the number 7, it will be something unforgettable to witness. Do you think Cristiano Jr. is about to become Man United's new 7 in the near future? If you would like to see it someday, be sure to note that in the comments and give this video a like. Well, It was Inside Football. Have a nice one, and see you in a bit.